brings Laura Palmer back to life. Twin Peaks' Fire Walk With Me stars Sheryl Lee in this prequel to the events chronicled in the TV series. Other familiar faces in the cast.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where Laura's killed.
I know. You're looking at me like, he doesn't know. You know, I wasn't really, Twin Peaks was really unusual. It was strange. Ray Weiss was on, and I admitted to him that I was sort of like the RCA dog. I was like, huh? Do you find that?
I think a lot of people were like that.
You think?
Yeah, I do. But the thing is, you know, life doesn't always make sense at all.
Uh-huh.
So why do we expect art to? You know? Weird things happen in life all the time. Things that don't make any logical sense. It's like dreams, you know? I mean, stepping into this world is kind of like a dream world where anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, we have deja vus and coincidences that seem so bizarre. How could they actually happen? But yet they do. I've heard ghost stories, you know? The things that really happen to people that seem just as bizarre as anything that ever happened on the show.
That's true. I haven't really run into a lot of, you know, ladies running around with logs in their hands, but it could happen. You know, you never can tell.
Yeah.
Well, we have a clip from the movie which actually is now playing, and it's because Twin Peaks is, you know, kind of a complicated thing. I want to make sure that you set this clip up properly because you know better than I do about what clip we have.
Okay, the film is a prequel,
Mm-hmm.
and you see the last 7 days of Laura's life. In the series, you heard all the other characters talking about the last time that they saw her. For example, James. I think there was this scene where he was talking with Agent Cooper in this series, and he was saying the last time I saw Laura, she said this to me, and she was doing this, and, well, this is that scene. You finally get to see what really happened.
Finally, you know, we first see her, she's dead. Now we got to find out what happened before she kicked the bucket. Here we go. This is Twin Peaks, Fire Walk With Me. What happens after that? Oh, I just thought I'd ask. Yeah.
I'll just tell you, it doesn't go the way it looks like it's going to go.
Will they go bowling?
What? Do they go bowling?
Yeah, do they go bowling or something at first?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they don't go bowling.
What would you say is the most interesting thing that we learn about Laura Palmer in the movie? What's the most unusual thing that kind of stood out in your mind?
I think it's that she is so different with each person that she's with. You know what I mean?
Multiple personalities?
Yeah, in a way. And a lot of that has to do with the drug problem,
Mm-hmm.
I think. But, you know, like with James is the one that she really loves. And it's like, if I show you all of myself, will you still love me? You know, she feels like she can't show him everything. So then she has to go and have Jacques and these truckers and Bobby and, you know, she gets very wild.
It's just so simple being dead. It's so complicated now that she's back alive, isn't it?
Yes.
Lots of angst involved here. Now, we were talking about the popularity of Twin Peaks, you know, here in the States. It's just everybody was talking about it, going crazy. But it has a life of its own now in other countries, including Japan. They're apparently just obsessed with this, right?
Yeah, they even had a fake funeral for Laura on the anniversary of her death. They made sort of, I guess, my body. They made a fake body of me and wrapped it in plastic and put it in a coffin and mourned it.
You know, you could really goof on them by just showing up at the Tokyo airport. Sometimes scaring the hell out of a couple of people, you know?
I know. It's strange. And last I heard, they're going up to Snoqualmie and bringing huge sheets of plastic with them and laying on the beach and wrapping themselves in the plastic and taking pictures.
You people have to get out more in Japan, okay? Just, I don't know, go to a restaurant or something, stay with the family. Yeah, this is the part of television that kind of, that's different.
I know. I mean, see, that's weirder than we ever got.
I can imagine what your mail is like.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It's quite strange.
Bizarre.
Well, when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation. Don't go away. Welcome back to The Inside Word. I'm Michael Kastner, and we're continuing our conversation with Sheryl Lee. That's right. We're talking about the lady who plays Laura Palmer. She's not dead anymore. She came back because There's probably more money in being alive, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
a lot
it.
more fun.
Now, in the film Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, I want to make sure I get that part correct. You have David Bowie and Chris Isaak, two big music stars in there. You met Chris. You never met David Bowie?
I never met David Bowie. I was too scared. Very starstruck.
He is so nice and calm. You should have done it.
I know. I heard he was great. Everyone loved him. Everyone on the set had nothing but nice things to say about him.
Except the weird thing is he has two different color eyes, and you're seeing her talking like you're talking to David Bowie, and all of a sudden you're trying to figure out what's wrong with his eyes.
I know.
It's very strange.
You know what's funny, too, is I will never forget when the series was on a few years back, and David did a concert here.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he walked out on stage and said, I know who killed Laura Palmer, or I killed Laura Palmer, or something. And then, so now, 2 years later, he's in the movie.
It's true. As a matter of fact, I remember that evening because an E! News producer, Maurice, was interviewing him just before the concert started up, and they were having a discussion about that and said, are you going to tell everybody tonight who killed Laura Palmer? And he was like, we ought to, because everybody went to the concert, but I think they were torn. They all had their VCRs set, and there was a big roar that went up at the concert.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have done it. You're a big fan.
I know.
Well, there's still that opportunity. I mean, you know, you never can tell. We'll try and set something up. David, call. We'll trade the phone numbers, you know. Now, you also just appeared in a production, I'm going to screw the name up, Salome.
Salome.
With Al Pacino and a buddy of mine, Esai Morales, and I never did get back to see the play. Everybody was saying it was quite good.
Oh, thanks. It was a wonderful experience for me.
Working with Pacino, too?
Oh, my God, yeah. I mean, I learned so much. He's brilliant. And to have the opportunity to be on stage with him every night, you know, and to watch him work like that.
Is he really that intense, or is he
He's a great
joker?
sense of humor.
He does.
Great sense of humor.
Because the latest GQ has a big picture of him smiling. I thought he was just posing. I didn't think the guy knew how to smile.
He does smile. He smiles a lot.
So he's just basically a goofball, basically. He's a cut-up?
Yeah, he has so much youth in him. You know, he's very playful. He's very energetic. He's playful, you know? Much different than you see in his characters. I mean, I expected him to be, you know, incredibly intense. He's intense in that he's focused,
mm-hmm.
and that he's fantastic at what he does, and he cares for the art so much.
But we're not talking whoopee cushions here, but just shorter, basically.
No whoopee cushions.
I can't picture Al doing that, you know. We have just time for one last quickie question.
Okay.
If this thing really takes off and people are just, you know, all this weekend are just lining up at the movie theaters and going nuts, do you think there's going to be a Twin Peaks 2?
There could be. I've heard some rumors.
Have they been talking, like signing you up and doing this thing? Is there a script yet?
No, there's no script.
No script.
No script.
Okay.
At least I haven't seen one.
Okay. But there's a good possibility, you think?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Possibility.
Oh, you're being mysterious. I think it's going to happen. All right, there's going to be a second movie, okay? I'll announce it right now, okay? I want to tell everybody to check out Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, now playing at a theater near you. Thanks so much for coming by. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment, wherever you are.